If you think your strawberry season is finished when you pick the last berry, you may already be making the mistake that costs you next year's harvest. I used to think the same way, and I learned the hard way that August is not a quiet month for strawberries at all. This is the time when the plants are preparing the flower buds that will decide how many berries you get next spring, and if you ignore them now, no expensive fertilizer in April will completely fix the lost opportunity. The surprising part is that most gardeners do not need more products or complicated treatments. They simply need to stop doing a few things that weaken the plants and start giving them what they actually need at this moment. I learned these habits many years ago from an older gardener who grew strawberries without buying much from the garden store, and I still follow most of them today. In this video, I will show you exactly what I do in August, starting with one simple job that costs nothing but can make a noticeable difference next year. And this is the part most people get wrong. The first thing I do is walk through the strawberry bed and resist the temptation to start cutting everything down. This is where I see many gardeners make a mistake, because they think that after the last berries are picked, the plants no longer need much attention. I look at every plant and remove the oldest damaged leaves and leaves showing clear signs of trouble, but I leave the healthy green leaves in place because the plant still needs them for the rest of the summer. Then I look closely at the runners. If I need new plants, I keep only the strongest runners from the healthiest plants and remove the rest. I learned this old habit many years ago, and it made a bigger difference than I expected. A strawberry plant has only so much strength to spend, and when dozens of runners are growing in every direction, part of that strength goes into making new plants instead of preparing for next year's flowers. You do not need special equipment for this, and you certainly do not need to spend money. A pair of clean scissors and a few quiet minutes are enough, but once the bed is cleaned, there is another step that matters even more, because the soil has been feeding those plants for months, and now it needs some help, too. Now that the bed is clean and the plants are no longer wasting strength on unnecessary runners, I turn my attention to the soil. After producing berries for weeks, the plants have used a lot of what was available around their roots, and August is the wrong time to simply ignore that. I do not believe in throwing a strong fertilizer onto tired plants and hoping for a miracle. I prefer the old method of giving the soil a light layer of finished compost, homemade leaf mold, or well-aged organic material that I already have. I spread it around the plants carefully and keep it away from the crown because that center part must stay open and healthy. This costs almost nothing when you make your own compost, and I've always liked methods that use what is already around the garden. Then I gently loosen only the surface of the soil between the plants. I never dig deeply because strawberry roots are close to the surface and can be damaged easily. This small job helps water move into the soil instead of running away, and it gives the roots a better place to recover. Most gardeners skip this because it looks too simple to matter. But there is another part of August care that becomes especially important when the weather stays hot and dry, and this is where many otherwise healthy strawberry plants quietly lose strength. Now I come to the part that costs nothing but can save you a surprising amount of water during August. I water the strawberry bed deeply when the upper soil begins to dry instead of giving the plants a little drink every evening. After the harvest, there are no berries to watch, so it is easy to forget about watering, but the plants are still working below the surface and preparing the buds that will become next year's flowers. If the soil becomes completely dry and then suddenly receives a lot of water, the plants spend valuable energy recovering instead of building strength. I learned to check the soil with my fingers and water according to its condition rather than following a rigid calendar. After watering, I add a light layer of clean straw, dry grass without seeds, or shredded dry leaves around the plants. This is one of those old methods that looks almost too simple to be useful, but it keeps moisture in the soil, reduces weeds, protects the shallow roots from summer heat, and costs almost nothing when you already have the material at home. I leave a little space around each crown because covering the crown can create problems. Most gardeners think mulch is only for winter, but August is when I find it especially useful. And once the soil is protected, There is one more quiet problem I always check before I leave the bed. There is one mistake that quietly shortens the life of many strawberry beds, and I almost made it myself more than once. We get used to seeing the same plants in the same place every year, so when the berries become smaller, we often blame the weather, or think we simply need more fertilizer. But sometimes the real problem is that the plants have simply become tired after producing for several seasons. In August, I look at the whole bed and decide which plants are still strong enough to keep and which ones are no longer worth saving. I pay attention to weak crowns, poor growth in plants that have produced very little even when the surrounding plants did well. If I need new plants, I use runners from the strongest and healthiest plants rather than taking them from weak ones. That small choice matters because you are not only making more plants, you are choosing what kind of strawberry bed you will have in the future. I learned this from an old gardener who told me that you should never multiply your problems when you can multiply your strongest plants instead. It costs nothing, takes very little time, and slowly improves the whole patch. But there is still one final job I never ignore because it decides how well these plants survive the months ahead. As August moves toward autumn, I change my goals slightly. I am no longer trying to make the strawberry plants grow as fast as possible. I want them to become strong and ready for winter. This is where I avoid heavy nitrogen feeding because soft, new growth is not what the plants need now. I want healthy roots, a strong crown, and enough stored energy to carry the plants through the cold months. I keep checking the soil because cooler evenings do not mean the roots can be left dry. If the weather stays dry, I continue deep watering whenever the soil begins to dry. This is another habit that costs nothing except a little attention, and it can make a real difference by spring. I also walk through the bed regularly and remove damaged leaves while keeping the crowns open and clean. When colder weather finally becomes consistent, I prepare the same simple straw mulch that protected the soil during summer, but I do not cover the plants too early. The old method is to wait until the plants are truly entering winter rest, then add a thicker layer of clean straw to protect the crowns from repeated freezing and thawing. And when I see that covered bed in spring, I always remember where next year's harvest really began. When I look at my strawberry bed in spring and see strong green plants, healthy flowers, and a good basket of berries, I do not think it happened by chance. I remember the work I did the previous August, when the harvest was already finished and most people had stopped paying attention. That is the lesson I want you to remember. The strawberry season does not end when you pick the last berry. That is when the next harvest quietly begins. Cleaning the damaged leaves, controlling the runners, giving the soil a little compost, watering deeply when needed, protecting the roots with simple mulch, removing weeds and slowly renewing older plants are all small jobs. None of them requires an expensive product or special equipment, but when you repeat these habits every year, they work together and give the plants a much better chance to come through winter strong and ready for spring. I have followed this approach for many years because I prefer simple work that I can understand and repeat. If you remember only one thing from this video, remember this. Do not walk away from your strawberry bed after the last harvest. Give it a little care in August, and next spring you may be very glad that you did. And there is another old garden habit I use for almost every crop that saves both time and money, and that is what I would like to show you next.